Hey there, my name is Sage and you are watching D&D Daily. Today I wanted to talk about a concept that has been on my mind recently, that concept being NPCs that are neither allies nor enemies at first. So the idea behind this is normally when I build a character I'm saying, okay, they're going to be friends of the NPCs or they're going to be enemies of the NPCs, and there's like this kind of preconceived notion of how they're going to interact with the PCs. I tried something new with a character called Serador, who is a knight of the Children of the Eternal Flame. Now, Serador is a good guy working for a bad organization. He believes in the organization. They revivified him at one point, and he has a lot of faith in them. It's a church, so he's a loyal follower of this church, and he's trying to help them do what they do. However, this church is actually really evil. They like to burn any non-humans at the stake. The wording and kind of how Serador has worded it in his head is that they're fighting for the strength of humanity. And it has nothing to do with the other races. It's just about being strong as humans. We want to stand on our own and be powerful enough to face the world and all of its dangers. Mix that with someone who's very paladin-esque. He is loyal, honorable, he keeps his word, he's true to his word, he protects the weak as he sees them as long as they're, human. And then mix that with one of my character's backstories. He actually married one of my PC's sister, so he's one of my PC's brother-in-law, so there's that element as well. Now, I kind of have a gauge. I have a line where it's like, okay, the interactions with the party might take him over here, or the interactions with the party might take him over here. He may be one of their best allies ever, or he may be one of their most deadly antagonists. Let's find out which. He went to the party first and he just tried to talk. He was just basically saying, hey, why did you leave us? Why did you walk away from us? I want to understand. Which is pretty cool because it kind of opened up dialogue. They didn't end up fighting, and then later they end up in a political battle where Serador is talking to a city trying to convince them to join his city, and the party is trying to convince that city to join their coalition. So it's a political battle between the two, but there's still respect. They're still like, hey brother, let's grab dinner afterwards. But they are competing against each other. So what I'm going for here is I wanted to build tension points where they disagreed, or like everyone has things they disagree on, and see how they worked it out, see how well they did. And we're still in the middle for quite a while. Then Serador's ally showed up. This ally is an Ifrit that comes from another PC's backstory, who actually stole from that PC's people a very valuable gem. And that's what she is looking for. She's wanting to get her gem back. So her seeing her gem on this Ifrit, she decides to attack the Ifrit after the Ifrit had just shown up. And it's like Serador, from Serador's perspective, it's like, hey, my ally's coming, and then all of a sudden his other friends start attacking his ally. He's like, what the heck, guys? So that combat begins. There's an Ifrit, and it kind of became a three-way combat. There was Serador, there was the Ifrit, and there was the party. The Ifrit was like, okay, I guess you want to fight, I'll murder you all. Serador was like, I don't want anyone to die, so whoever's losing, I'm going to fight for. And then the party, of course, is trying to get the gem back. The fight breaks out. It does not go well for the party. Serador's pretty high level, and Ifrit's pretty high level. The party kind of gets whomped pretty hard, but as they're getting whomped, Serador changes sides and goes and fights off the Ifrit. Okay, so that was kind of, as I have my gauge of, are they more protagonist or antagonist now? Well, now Serador likes the party less because his ally just showed up and they attacked him without saying a word. So now he's like, okay, that was highly questionable. So he goes and talks to them, hey, why'd you attack my ally? And the party was like, hey, he stole that gem from us. Well, that gem has a lot to do with the Children of the Eternal Flame's motivation, and so he's like, oh, interesting, they're after the same gems we are. What do you know about those gems? He invited everyone to drink truth serum, and everyone did it willingly. He didn't force anyone, and they wouldn't tell him about this gem, so he's like, okay, so they do know something about those gems, again, a little bit, and they're not willing to tell me. Became a little bit more of an antagonist in that moment. And finally, the party was kind of arguing, saying, hey, like, you attacked us after we attacked your guy, and kind of making it like this, you are the bad guy in that situation as well, which, again, further ticked it. So he started out right in the middle, and as time progressed, he has gone more to the antagonist side. He still has plenty of opportunity to come the other way, But if it was a 5 is right in the middle, 1 is complete enemy, 10 is complete ally, then we're looking at around a 3. So I thought that was kind of a cool concept to add a character that I didn't know how it was going to interact with the party long term. What would you do differently, or what do you suggest that I do better? Let me know in the comments down below. I am Sage, and this is D&D Daily. We release new D&D content every single day, so if that's interesting to you, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you tomorrow.